My name is Bernie Hayes, Bernard J. Hayes. I'm known professionally as Bernie Hayes. From Chicago, Illinois. Came to St. Louis, Missouri from San Francisco on April 22nd, 1965. Currently, I am a professor in media at Webster University. I write a column for the St. Louis American newspaper. I host a TV show on Channel 30 here in St. Louis, Missouri, and just recently left WGNU doing a talk show. I became a disc jockey because I couldn't become a journalist. My degree is journalism, but in 1955, 56, 57, very few people would hire a black man to be a reporter, and so, they would hire a black man to be a disc jockey. Well, when I first came to St. Louis in 1965, and I can only speak for as an African American, the St. Louis music scene was wonderful. You had several groups, and at that time in the 60s, mid 60s, groups were the thing. You know, you had the The Temptations naturally, and you had the Miracles, and you had all the Motown sounds, and you had the Atlantic sounds there. There were different groups. And St. Louis was just full of groups. I mean, there were a good 10 groups here in St. Louis who were making the different venues here in the St. Louis area. But it was just a wonderful, wonderful time. The music was wonderful. There was no denigrating women. There was no nasty lyrics and things of that sort. Everything was just like a pure time, like the movie American Graffiti. It was just pure and wonderful and just an exciting time to be alive. But some of the clubs invited on the South Side would invite African American musicians to their venues, and some of the venues on the North Side invite other white groups to the South Side. And they knew each other anyway from being, different gigs and different venues and playing at different clubs and so forth. But they didn't let that polarization, they didn't let that hatred, they didn't let that separation keep them separated. They've always loved music. They always loved what others are doing. They're trying to find out what are you doing new? What are you doing new? What can I help you? How can you help me? And so forth. There was always a coming together, a melding of the musicians here in St. Louis, Missouri. Young, old, black, white, Asian, it doesn't matter. They were musicians. They considered themselves musicians first, people, and they always loved each other, and they never let that love keep them separated or keep them from growing. Dr. King's was associated with certain songs. We've come too far to turn around now. Even President Obama said that. We've come too far to turn around now. But his favorite song was written by Billy Taylor, and it's called "I Wish I Knew How It Felt to Be Free." And using that as a theme, the struggle will continue, because even if I'm not free, you're not free. If I don't have certain rights, you don't have certain rights. And until we all have certain rights, until the playing field is level, the struggle must continue, and it will. I tell my students at Webster, within 5 years, if they're alive, they will be the ones running not only the country, but perhaps even the world. But there are people right now in Singapore, people in Japan, people in Ecuador, people in Peru, people in China, who are after their jobs. So they must be the very best at what they do, because they're going to be the leaders of us, of the world, in 5 years. So they must prepare themselves, and they're going to make such a good world that I'm going to be very proud to live in it.